Tonight at 6, the border's back open, and we explain why some businesses up north aren't sure they'll see the extra cash just yet.
Plus, an emotional moment in court as the only man to survive being shot by Kyle Rittenhouse testifies in his murder trial.
And billions of dollars could be on the way to fix the nation's highways, roads, and bridges. The president weighs in on how close the nation's lawmakers are to reaching a final agreement.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. Thanks for joining us.
A major milestone for international travel today. The U.S. reopened its border with Canada. That means Canadians who are fully vaccinated can now cross the border.
CBS3's Abigail Smith headed up to International Falls today. She spoke with business owners who explain why they aren't necessarily expecting more international customers anytime soon.
A milestone for international travel. Fully vaccinated Canadians can now cross into Minnesota for non-essential business. But upon return, the Canadian government requires a negative COVID test, one that could be spendy.
Our testing location is run by a private company, and so it costs the same for Americans and Canadians today to go and get that PCR test in order to cross into Canada.
Trisha Heibel, president of the Chamber of Commerce in International Falls, says those tests can be up to $160 US, which for Canadians isn't covered by U.S. health insurance, something owners of local businesses like Masons on Mains sees as potentially problematic. As Heibel says, 30% of International Falls' retail profit comes from Canadian visitors.
If they loosen up a little bit down the road, it'd be great between now and Christmas if they did, that we'd see more. Right now, I just think that is an awful long procedure for those people to come over for just a day shopping.
Nancy Emhoff, owner of Masons on Mains, says she usually has a lot of Canadian customers visit for a day or two. But if a pricey COVID test is required to return, she's skeptical anyone will visit often. But she hopes that changes soon.
I just like to see it go back to whatever normal is. You know, everything was so smooth that way. And of course, we went over there too, but more so for shopping, they came here.
Even on its big opening day, International Falls locals say they don't expect the border entrance to be full anytime soon.
The Chamber of Commerce says they are considering helping alleviate the financial burden of getting a COVID test. They said they could possibly subsidize or contribute toward people's test payments during special holiday weekends. Canadians' negative test results are needed to be within 3 days of their return back into the country. So if they're planning ahead and their trip is short enough, they can get one at home.
A U.S. senator from Minnesota is applauding today's border reopening. Senator Amy Klobuchar celebrated with the Canadian Consul General of Minneapolis and leaders with Explore Minnesota. The Democrat says Canada is Minnesota's largest trading partner. The state exports more goods to Canada than China and Mexico combined. The same can be said for tourism. In 2019, around 536,000 Canadian tourists came to the state and spent more than $175 million. Klobuchar says today is the day she has been waiting a long time for.
As I said, how can it be that you can literally fly from Montreal to Miami, or you could fly from Ottawa to Fargo, but you couldn't drive from Thunder Bay to Duluth?
Klobuchar says the recently passed federal infrastructure bill will also help border travel.
The Twin Ports is also getting ready to welcome back more Canadians. Members of the Greater Downtown Council came up with the idea of hanging signs to greet them on their trip to the Twin Ports. Christy Stokes, the organization's president, says it's not just border communities that benefit from today's reopening.
We typically see quite a few people coming from Canada, and whether it's staying in our hotels or going to our shops, our restaurants, going to shows, that is a significant economic impact in our community.
Stokes says she expects any economic impact to be slower at first, but pick up in the coming weeks and months.
Governor Walz proclaimed today Canadian Travelers Day in Minnesota. He says the day is meant to recognize Canadian travelers' contributions to Minnesota's economy and culture. Walz says Canadian spending brings millions to local communities.
Well, Dave joins us now for a quick look at weather. Dave, it sounds like we have a couple nice days left in our belt before something else is in our future.
Maybe one nice day.
Okay.
Then that future will be with us by Wednesday. A future that could be gray and gloomy and cool and full of precip of all different types. But tomorrow is the day to get out and savor it's going to be on the sunny side and the warm side, though you couldn't tell this morning. Today turned out warm because this morning's start for temperatures was below the normal of 41. Even the Twin Ports ducked it by about 1 degree, only 34 up towards or 35 in Watersmeet. But what's coming our way then for tomorrow is a cell of high pressure that'll clear the sky, allowing some sunshine in conjunction with that warm front, send our temperatures back into the 50s. For the last time this year, there's a chance that's indeed the deal, because that low pressure system coming out of the Colorado region is going to try to pack a punch. Midweek into late week, we have a chance for rain, a mix, and then some snow. You've been hearing a lot of rumors about totals. I'll give you the latest estimates coming up here in just a bit, but the short-term forecast is very pleasant. 33 tonight, maybe a little bit nippy, but 50 tomorrow with sunshine is a day to write in your journals as perhaps the last sunny and warm one for a while.
All right, thank you, Dave. Well, today in court, a man shot by Kyle Rittenhouse in Kenosha last year recounted terrifying moments leading up to the near-fatal interaction. Gage Grosskreutz, a licensed paramedic, said he went to Kenosha from Milwaukee last summer, hoping to treat anyone hurt during protests over the police shooting of Jacob Blake. Grosskreutz had his own Glock pistol in one hand and a cell phone in the other when he came up to Rittenhouse. His arms were raised when Rittenhouse fired, hitting him in the right hand.
In that moment, I was trying to preserve my own life. But doing so while also taking the life of another is not something that I'm capable or comfortable in doing.
The defense team says Rittenhouse only fired in self-defense. Prosecutors, though, have countered that, saying he intended to hurt people that night.
An Iron Range man faces 3 charges after police say he lit a garage on fire. 36-year-old Thomas Gregory Evans of Embarrass is charged with felony first-degree arson and misdemeanor driving while impaired and reckless driving. The charges stem from an incident last Tuesday in Vulcan Township. According to police, Evans lit a garage on fire, then drove away. When firefighters arrived, the garage was engulfed in flames. Evans then came back and crashed a truck into the back of a fire truck. Police say Evans admitted to using drugs and alcohol. He reportedly told people at the scene he couldn't help himself and started the fire because he's a pyromaniac. The fire destroyed the garage and damaged a nearby home.
The man hurt in a home explosion near Tower last month is improving. Tonight, hospital leaders say Michael Gramsey is now listed in fair condition. That generally means vital signs are close to normal and the patient is conscious. Days after the explosion, which happened on October 27th, the 72-year-old was listed in serious condition. The explosion killed his wife, 72-year-old Eva Gramsey. Tonight, the sheriff's office tells us they're still working alongside the state fire marshal's office to investigate the cause.
The Duluth Police Department raised thousands of dollars to support cancer research. Through their Pink Patch project, the department raised just over $2,800. That money will go directly to the American Cancer Society. During the month of October, the department sold pink police patches in order to raise funds and awareness about breast cancer. They'll present a check to the Cancer Society on Wednesday.
And moving to politics, we're taking a live look at Capitol Hill. Today, the president is celebrating a major legislative victory after the House passed the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan physical infrastructure bill. The bill provides $110 billion to repair aging highways, roads, and bridges, $105 billion to modernize rail and public transit, $65 billion each to strengthen the electrical grid and expand broadband access, and $55 billion to upgrade water pipes. Now, House Democratic leaders want to pass the president's nearly $2 trillion social spending bill as soon as next week. Despite facing opposition, the president believes the job will get done.
It's going to be a tough fight, but I feel good, and I think people are beginning to realize it's important to get it done.
Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, we'll hear from Senator Amy Klobuchar, who will give you a breakdown of the president's bill and how the money will be spent in the Northland.
A heads up for those driving on the North Shore. Construction on the Silver Creek and Stewart River bridges on Highway 61 is done for the season. There's now a temporary bypass at Silver Creek, which will be in place for the next year. The speed limit in that area is 35 miles per hour. Construction will pick back up next May.
The Superior community is hoping to make the holiday season a little brighter for some Twin Ports veterans.
The University of Wisconsin-Superior invited students, faculty, and the entire community to write holiday cards. Those cards will eventually be sent to local service members and veterans. Brendan Pillsbury is the veteran and non-traditional student coordinator at UWS. He says these letters let veterans know they're supported going into the holidays.
This is a way to let them know, just, hey, there's people out here and, the Twin Ports, we support you and we feel so strongly about thanking our veterans that we want your holidays to be as successful as possible.
UWS is holding a number of events this week to celebrate our nation's heroes ahead of Veterans Day. They're holding their annual ceremony at 11 o'clock Friday morning.
Still to come on Live Local CBS3, hunters all across Wisconsin are gearing up for their deer hunt. What the DNR is asking hunters to keep their eyes out for next.
And the Minnesota opener this weekend did turn out to be a warm one with high temps in the 60s on Saturday. Tomorrow we'll manage another day in the 50s like we did today. High was 52. But once we get into midweek, the 50s go away and the 40s and even cooler come to call. Will that induce a snow chance by Friday? Looks like it probably will. Will we get a lot? That's still up in the air, but we'll try to sort it out for you coming up after our break.
What does home mean to you? From graduation to the new job to sharing a life with someone else. As you change, so does your idea of home. Visit yournorthlandhome.com for comprehensive information on buying and selling your home with JS Realty, including mistakes buyers make and preparing your home to sell. Yournorthlandhome.com has the information you need to find a place that feels like home. Download your free guide today at yournorthlandhome.com.
Hi, I'm Steven, your Bauer and CCM skate and stick fit specialist here at Play It Again Sports. The Bauer Skate Lab creates a perfect 3D mold of every hockey player's foot. Stop in today to get your perfect fit.
Trade in! Trade up! And save!
You can have a great time out at Fond Duluth and get paid for it. From frontline customer service to something more technical, your new career could be right in downtown Duluth. Stop in during business hours or go to our website to find job listings and apply.
The Jingle All the Way Craft and Direct Sales Show is November 13th at the Shiner Hall in Hermantown. Lunch will be served by Daughters of the Nile.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you do you live, you happen to any family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the fourth leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
We've got new information now explaining why.
Why should ordinary Americans care what's happening here in Ukraine?
Deep divisions remain.
Elizabeth, why did they kick you out?
They are expecting public unrest.
Why are they releasing these videos now?
Police are pushing us back.
We found one hell of a story of survival.
That's why you have to do your own research to get to the truth.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining.
Brought to you by Range Regional Airport. Watch Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke every Tuesday at 10. Only on Live Local CBS3.
NCIS.
NCIS Hawaii. We're practically family.
Want to be a team?
It's worth a shot.
Aloha.
We're not hugging. Been a blast.
Nice job.
A new NCIS followed by a new NCIS Hawaii. Tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Temperatures today for highs came up warmer than normal. Started the day cool, Finished the day warm. We'll do that one more time before things change up by midweek. Today's high temps, well, they ran from 48 in Ely to 56 in Superior, even 60 degrees in Watersmeet. A similar range is coming for tomorrow for the afternoon highs. And the morning lows may start a little bit cooler than normal. The normal's 40, 41. We may wake up to 33, 34. But then, like I mentioned, things will cool down and precip chances go up by midweek, which we talk about more after this. Look at our current conditions from Duluth International. 44 degrees at the moment, 49% for the relative humidity. North-northwest wind, westerly northwest wind actually, 6 miles per hour. Air pressure reading high, and that's going to keep us dry through tomorrow. But Wednesday, again, will be a different story with a decent-sized low coming our way. Current temps still in the mid to upper 40s for Wisconsin and Michigan, 47, for example, in Ironwood, 47 as well for Ashland, 44 in Superior, 46 for our friends in Hayward. Minnesota numbers are starting to dip down, though, into the 30s, as we mentioned. Already down to 32 for Big Fork, 34 for Hibbing, 35 International Falls. Still clinging to 43 in Cloquet and Esco, and 43 degrees even up the Gunflint Trail. But 30s are likely by tomorrow morning. What we've got going on right now with the Doppler map is a little trough of lower pressure trying to work up over the surface high pressure system. So we are getting some clouds out there, and the radar is showing very light rain showers for parts of Wisconsin and trying to get into the UP there as well. A lot of that is virga, rain that evaporates before it hits the ground. And then tomorrow the high pressure system reasserts itself, takes over the sky in a sunny way, at least for one last time. High pressure tomorrow makes it sunny and mild with highs back into the 50s, as we mentioned. But Tuesday gives way to Wednesday, and that will bring in that low pressure system from Colorado, which starts with rain Wednesday evening, becomes a rain-snow mix during the day on Thursday. So for Veterans Day, as you go out to ceremonies and things like that, you may have to drive cautiously. And then the backside of the low by Friday will shift over towards snow. And right now, snow totals don't look that impressive for our region. Northwestern Minnesota may get heavy accumulations, but the rest of us, at least at this stage of the game, looks like light to perhaps moderate accumulations up towards the Iron Ranges. But we will be tracking this system until it finally passes. So any updates, we'll give them to you tonight. Low temps in the 30s for Minnesota, and for the 30s as well in Wisconsin and Michigan. Tomorrow's high temps in Wisconsin and Michigan with sunshine into the 50s. That's where they'll be for most of Minnesota as well, a range of temps from 49 to 53. But the change will come on Wednesday. Cloudy, 60% rain chance, 90% chance for a mix on Thursday, decent chance for the snow on Friday, followed by a palate cleanser on Saturday with a cloudy sky but dry. And we set the stage perhaps then for another round of flurries at least come Sunday and Monday. So we milked this warm weather as long as we could.
Yes.
Now the reality is coming back to haunt us.
My dog is so excited for there to be a little bit of snow. He just zooms around in it. It's
Well, and
so
he's
cute.
very fluffy, so he needs a little bit of a cool down, I'm sure.
He really does. So the 50s no good for him, but he's looking forward to those 30s later this
Yeah,
week.
Harry the dog ought to love Monday morning at 23 degrees.
I'll take him out. Thanks, Dave.
The Wisconsin DNR is warning hunters to avoid putting deer stands in or near ash trees.
The warning comes as ash trees are dead or dying from emerald ash borer infestations. The DNR says tree stand accidents are the leading cause of serious injury to deer hunters. They say it's important to place and maintain your tree stands carefully, as trees infested with emerald ash borer may unexpectedly snap or drop large branches. You can find details on how to identify an infected tree at CBS3Duluth.com.
As you get ready for Wisconsin's hunting season, the DNR wants you to start thinking about donating your deer to those in need. The Deer Donation Program partners with meat processors to distribute thousands of pounds of venison to local food pantries.
It's a unique protein, and it's definitely an essential nutrient that a lot of people are lacking that are in food insecure families, which is just a growing issue in the U.S. and even in the Midwest.
The DNR says if you don't want to donate your only deer to the program, there are other ways to get additional hunting tags to remove deer in farms or urban areas that experience agricultural damage or nuisance issues. We have information on how to donate on our website.
So, Kevin, what's coming up in sports?
It was Selection Monday in Superior. The men and women's soccer teams, the Yellow Jackets, found out their matchups in the NCAA tournament. We tell you who they play coming up.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland, city by city.
When severe weather hits, tune to CBS3 for up-to-date coverage morning and night.
Need help with your devices, software, or applications? No need to bring it in or have a technician come to your home or office. Locally owned DiscoverPC.net offers remote support over high-speed internet connection and supported operating system.
At the DTA, we're making your bus ride even safer. You can now buy your ticket anytime, anywhere, using the new MyDTA app for mobile fare payment and trip planning. Contactless, safe, convenient.
One of our biggest sales of the year, the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. Get huge savings on already low prices, up to 50% off. Plus, see what's new, what's in stock, and save 25% on our great accessories. Give your home that special touch. Plus, totally free shipping. Huge store-wide savings at the Thanksgiving sale at Slumberland Furniture. And for better sleep, come to Slumberland Sleep Solutions and see how easy it is now to shop for a mattress.
NCIS. NCIS Hawaii. We're practically family.
Want to be a team?
It's worth a shot.
Aloha.
We're not hugging.
Been a blast.
Nice job.
A new NCIS followed by a new NCIS Hawaii. Tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
I know, but Mom, don't skip your recommended vaccines. They help protect you against certain diseases, so ask your doctor or pharmacist about any recommended vaccines you may need. Skip the other stuff instead, like, I don't know.
Skip the pants. Huh?
They're already doing that.
Nice.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Cully.
Yeah, so skip one of those mini Zoom parties. No, Mom, no. Not our Zoom party. I lost her.
CBS3 Newsroom, this is Kristen.
The snow may not be falling yet, but we'll bring it to Duluth.
Is encouraging safe
2:30 in the
driving.
morning. Winter stubborn law.
To talk about.
Multiple departments on scene. We'll take you there live now.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
This past weekend, across the bridge, history was made on the soccer field. UW Superior clinched their first ever UMAC title, and today they found even better news. They are going to the big dance. The 18-3-1 Yellow Jackets will face top-seeded St. Catharines in the NCAA first round of the tournament on Saturday in St. Paul. The Wildcats clinched their conference title in the MIAC and come into the matchup 14-3-1. The Jackets have been buzzing through a program record 17-game winning streak en route to their first appearance since in 29 years.
We have taken some massive strides over the last few years, and this group of women really deserves that opportunity. They've worked hard, they've been dedicated, they've been vigilant, and they deserve the opportunity.
Going at them and making sure that we're ready because, you know, like, this is it for us. Like, we don't get it next year, you know, so I think with that, we're like the driving passion forces. Like, I'm ready to go, you know, like, I don't got a lot left, so gotta not leave anything out there.
Survive and advance is the name of the game this time of year. Selection Monday continued at UW Superior as the men learn their fate in their matchup after their 5th straight UMAC title. The Yellow Jackets will be heading to Chicago to dance with the 3rd-ranked team in Division III, the Washington Bears. The Jackets are a team that has battled through long odds and adversity all season, from starting the season 0-3 to winning their conference championships, being a man down in the final 10 minutes, and they have one goal and one goal only.
At the end of the day, there's 22 guys on the field, and whoever performs the best out of that will win. So regardless of ranking, you've seen upsets in the professional world, in the collegiate world, even other sports, football, basketball, stuff like that. It's happened before, so there's no reason why we can't go out and do that. So.
And I'll say this, we are not a participant in this tournament. That is not what we're going there to be about, okay? We are going there for one reason. It is to try to win, all right?
Sir! The road to Greensboro starts Saturday for the Jackets. The Milwaukee Bucks visited the White House today to celebrate their NBA championship from the 2020-2021 season. The Bucks became the first NBA team to make the trip to the White House since 2016. Kristen Casper from CBS3's Washington, D.C. Bureau has more from the White House.
It's been a year of triumph, celebration, and history-making for the Milwaukee Bucks, and it continued Monday in Washington, D.C. Milwaukee cinched their first NBA championship in 50 years this summer, and they were honored for it during a ceremony with President Joe Biden at the White House. In his speech, Biden said the Bucks represent decency, thanking the team for encouraging fans to be a part of the political process, standing up for social justice, and encouraging folks to get vaccinated.
That's the power of a team's example and not just winning the title. Last year as a team, we took a stand for justice and peace in the wake of Jacob Blake's shooting in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
The season finished with a Game 6 victory in July when Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 50 points despite a late-season knee injury. Monday, the Bucks forward said he's thankful for the honor and the opportunity.
And believing in your dreams, you can accomplish great things in life. And man, as I said, I've done that my whole life, and I'm in the White House, and this is awesome.
The Bucks were the first NBA team welcomed at the White House since 2016, when the Cleveland Cavaliers visited President Obama.
Yeah, it's as a Celtics fan, when they match up against the Bucks, I tried my hardest not to like Giannis, but he's just the perfect role model for young kids who want to go to the NBA, so it's good to see him celebrating at the White House.
Yeah. Absolutely. Cool. Well, what's up next tonight?
Yeah, well, coming up tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, a major legislative victory for the Biden administration as the House passed the roughly $1 trillion bipartisan physical infrastructure bill. Tonight, we'll hear from local lawmakers as they share how the plan will help us here at home.
So, Dave, how is the rest of the night looking? This is what I meant to ask you earlier.
But I was lurking off in the shadows and it threw you off just a little bit.
I know, I realized I'm still getting used to it.
Tonight's looking fair. We're going to have fairly mild temperatures to start, finishing on the cooler side by tomorrow morning, but then rebounding to warmer than normal conditions on Tuesday with sunshine. And the change comes on Wednesday. We get a chance for rain-snow mix that may stick around at least through Friday.
We'll see you at 10 o'clock.